What do arachnids and reptiles have in common? You're watching Turtle Tube. What they have in common is that they all will shed or molt from time to time. Some may even do both. But in this video, I like to pass along my own personal experiences about the subject, and maybe even help someone out there that is also in the hobby. I got the idea for this video when I saw that this tarantula was in the process of molting, and I knew it was about to molt because it was going through what is called its pre-molt. It refused to eat. It became very lethargic, and then it spun a little web hammock in the bottom of its enclosure. Now, if it was a burrowing tarantula, it would more than likely close the door of its burrow and not come out. But pre-molt can last anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. But during the molt, they will flip over on their back. So if you're new to the hobby and your tarantula is on its back, don't flip it back over. It's about to molt. When a tarantula is sick or dehydrated, it will do what's called a death curl, where its legs will literally curl underneath it. But this could take several hours. Slings usually will molt in just 15 or 20 minutes. But after the molt, I will wait until its fangs turn black and harden up. Otherwise, I could damage its fangs if I feed it too early. She has flipped back over. I can count or see that she has all 8 of her legs. That is usually, when a tarantula does have a problem during the molt, that is usually what happens, is their legs will get caught. Now they will discard, if they can't get out of the molt to save their life, they will discard a leg. Some people try to help by cutting away the old exoskeleton. Some people will increase the humidity during the whole molting process. I don't want to have to go through all that, so I just make sure that I mist my tarantulas once or twice a week, or make sure that they have a water dish in there at all times. These things, the females can live up to like 20 years. It's amazing. Alright, let's go see No Name. Are you shedding or molting? What is that on top of your head? Thank you for that. Alright, you ready? Let's look at this. What is this? Is this dandruff? Let's take you outside. Phantom of the Opera here needs high humidity. Two indications of a dehydrated chameleon are sunken and gaunt eyes and thick, stringy saliva. Alright. And then here in the greenhouse is and he's dead. Is he dead? He's not dead. Did he die? Oh my gosh. No way. Oh. Okay. Here's the praying mantis. Sorry. Thought I was going to have to do a lot of editing. He molts. Sorry, this is take 2. I got startled. Alright. The mantis molts. They don't shed, and it has gone through its last and final molt. How I can tell is because it has its full wings. And the last molt was a bad one. He cannot move his front legs, and one of the wings is curled. If it was not its final molt, it wouldn't have been a problem, because I could have just, this kind of sound weird, I know it's just an insect, but I could have hand fed this thing, kept it alive, then it would have molted again, and it would have had the operation of its legs and wings. But unfortunately, it's just going to have to live the rest of its days out here. What happened is that it was hanging from the top of its enclosure. They have to hang it vertical, and they have to have enough room where their bodies will not touch the ground. But it got tangled up in the door. There's a screen door, and the skin is all wrapped around its legs. And like I was mentioning earlier with the tarantula, I did have to cut some of the old skin away. You know, I was hoping that I was helping it. But I watched it for several hours and it just sat there. So but there you go. Quite unique animals. They don't live, if they live a year, that would be a long life. Usually they live about 8 months. And I'm not sure of the species. It's probably about 4 or 5 inches long. And it's very well hidden in this tree. Alright, let's go see Spot. Well, something I have not mentioned is that for a chameleon and some other lizards, it's normal for their entire body to not shed all at the same time. They will shed different sections or areas of their body, like perhaps their legs. But now a baby chameleon should shed its entire body all at once. Not in one piece, but all at the same time. What's the difference between shedding and molting? Well, molting seems to be for animals that have an exoskeleton and more of a regenerative process, versus shedding, which is more superficial, such as skin as hair. Even though a bird will molt its feathers. Look, I have bananas. I got bananas, all right. But tegus, usually it's their toes and their tail is where they usually have problems with the stuck shed. I've used olive oil, mineral oil, like this right here, and Zoomed's product. I've also used Zilla's product, which is basically aloe vera. I don't know if any of them worked any better than the other, but it is of my opinion that just soaking them in warm water is the best thing to help loosen up the stuck shed. And that pretty much goes for any lizard or monitor lizard that is not too stressed out from being in water for any lengthy period of time. And for Savannah monitors, usually the problems or the areas that they have most trouble shedding is on top of their heads, or head. They only have one head. On top of their head and around their eyes. Of course, this guy's still a baby, so he hasn't run into too many problems. But once again, just increasing the humidity, giving them a deep enough substrate that they can burrow into, really makes a difference. Alright, see you later. Centipedes and some other arachnids will molt and turn around and eat the exoskeleton. So it's best to leave it in there. Many geckos and different species of lizards will actually eat their own shed skin. Perfectly normal and healthy for them. Abnormal shedding in reptiles is called dissecdesis. But the point is that is a symptom from some other underlying condition. Now, if I suspected something other than poor husbandry or dehydration, such as parasites or a fungal infection, I would definitely take the animal to a qualified veterinarian or herpetologist to have them treated. Because of dipping the pool or soaking the bathtub is not going to cure it. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. It's really the same thing. You shed and I molt.
You're weird.
You're weird. You're eating my head.